Yo, Lord Roll, aka Mega Blitz. In today's video, we're looking at Chen's top 8 deck, that Toedscool EX with Teal Mask Ogerpon EX deck from NAIC. I've been playing this deck pretty much since I have seen it, actually from the Portland regionals when he had played it to that, and I absolutely love this deck. This deck is tons of fun to play, and I can't wait to take it to my locals and smack some people around with Toedscool EX and Ogerpon. Let's look at the deck list. Already here at that deck list, I want to start us off with that Toedscool EX with its ability saying prevent all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to all of your Pokemon that have energy attached. So prevent all effects of attacks. So it's going to be Dragapult's 6 damage counters from that Phantom Dive would not count. Things like even Ghost Dive from Mimikyu also would not count, which is pretty cool. So its attack going to be that Colony Rush for double grass energy here, going to be 80 plus. This attack does 40 damage for each of your benched Pokemon that has a grass energy attached. So the more Pokemon on your bench that have a grass energy attached, the more damage this Colony Rush is gonna do. But it also has that really cool protective bench barrier ability, being able to prevent all effects of attacks, which is pretty awesome. It's from all of your Pokemon, so even the active Pokemon, which I think is awesome. Continue here with that Teal Mask Ogerpon EX with its ability that Teal Dance. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic grass energy from your hand to this Pokemon. If you do, you draw a card. Myriad Leaf Shower. We're actually using this attack quite a bit with this deck. It's 3 grass energy, 30 plus. This attaches 3 damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon, so being able to kind of hit for, 120, 150, and it keeps going up depending on how much energy attached to both Pokemon, I think is pretty cool. We're also playing 1 copy of the Baby Toedscool with that ability, Slime Mold Colony. Cards in your opponent's discard pile can't be put into their hand by an effect of your opponent's abilities or trainer cards. So things like Superior Energy Retrieval would not work. You can't put the 4 cards from the discard pile, the 4 energy cards in the discard pile back into your hand, which is pretty interesting. So we're playing 1 copy of that for that reason. 1 Latias EX with that ability, Skyliner, making it so basically when in play have no retreat cost, so we can just kind of free pivot out of our Ogerpons as much as we want. 1 copy of that Mew EX for that restart ability, being able to draw up to 3 cards in hand. And Genome Hacking is actually really good in this deck and pretty easy to do. Genome Hacking being able to choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack, which is pretty cool. Then we have 1 copy of Iron Leaves EX with that ability, Rapid Veneer. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto the bench during a turn, you may put it into the active spot. If you do, you may move any amount of energy from your other Pokemon to this Pokemon, and then it just does 180 damage from that Prism Edge. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. It's a really nice, just kind of I gotcha card. Very also just good backup attacker, I feel like, in this deck as a 1 copy of Fezandipiti EX from the script, and then 1 copy of the Budew for Itchy Pollen as well. Being able to kind of have that item lock is really nice. 1 copy of Squawkabilly EX for that Squawk and Seize, so we can actually kind of just turn through the deck pretty quickly. Believe it or not, this deck's kind of more of a turbo deck than anything, I feel like, which is pretty interesting. 4 copies of Professor's Research, 3 Iono, 2 Boss, and then that's the supporter count. We have 4 copies of Energy Switch. We're moving quite a bit of our grass energies around. 4 copies of Nest Ball, 4 Bug Catching set, which says look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal up to 2 in any combination of grass Pokemon and basic grass energy cards you find there and put them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. 2 copies of Ultra Ball, 2 copies of Super Rod, and then for our Ace-Spec controls, we are playing that 1 copy of Prime Catcher. I feel like Prime Catcher is the best Ace-Spec for this deck, being able to pull up things from the bench that our opponent doesn't want and kind of giving us a nice free switch in and out is pretty helpful as well. 4 copies of that Area Zero Underdepth, so we can have a nice big bench due to play the Area Zero Underdepths and our Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. We are going to have that Terra Pokemon, so it's going to help out a lot being able to have that Area Zero in play, because then we can kind of spread all of our grass energies across our board, being able to make that Colony Rush from our Toedscool EX do more damage. Then we're going to be playing a huge whopping 12 grass energy here in this deck. Like I said, we're really going to be wanting to just flood the board with all this grass energy and just take some really nice big knockouts with our Ogerpons or that Toedscool EX. Let's jump into the gameplay. Already here at that gameplay. I actually got 2 clips for you guys here, kind of smushed them into one. So here for the first one. we are gonna try to go second here. Now, the reason I want to go second is because if I can kind of pull off this like double energy switch donk, could be kind of cool. So we're gonna start off with a Toedscool here in our active spot here. Our opponent's gonna flip over that Monkey Dory. Gonna draw for turn for our opponent here. Not really sure what they're playing against. Almost every deck plays Monkey Dory, unfortunately for us. Could be Goldango Dragapult. We see the Fighting Energy. We see a Carmine as well. So we see a Cynthia's Power Weight here. So maybe looking like some Garchomp EX, but no other Pokemon for them. So Nest Ball here for us. Gonna grab ourselves that Squawkabilly, throw down that Air Zero Underdepths. Gonna discard a Grass Energy and that Iono. Throw down a Latias. We're also going to attach a Grass Energy to the Squawkabilly. Research here, gonna be able to play our bug catching set, grabbing 2 Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. Gonna be able to throw down both of our Teal Mask Ogerpon EXs. Gonna be able to Teal Dance here for 1. Gonna be able to draw a card, Nest Ball here, and grab ourselves another Toedscool. We're gonna then also Teal Dance for another energy here. Going to be able to draw an additional card, and then I'm going to energy switch, moving one of the energies to that Ogerpon. We're going to Squawk and Seize, discarding our hand, and then getting into another energy switch. We're going to retreat out of the Ogerpon, play the energy, or sorry, out of the Toedscool into the Ogerpon, energy switch, and then Myriad Leaf Shower, taking a knockout on our opponent's Monkey Dory. And we donk just like that with this deck. I absolutely love it. That was actually one of the first games I ever played with this deck, and I thought it was really interesting. But I didn't want to have it be the only gameplay footage in the deck, or in this video, so here's the second one. So here, the second gameplay footage is going to be heads. Our opponent did win the coin flip, so if we end up going second, we can try for the donk play again. If not too big of a deal. Our opponent did go first here, so we're going to start off with a not super great hand, actually. Going to get Fezandipiti EX in the active spot. Don't want to put the Iron Leaves out because we don't get to use its Rapid Vernier ability. So Fezandipiti EX kind of just being the thing we just stick in the active spot. And its retreat cost is actually cheaper. And if we can get Latias EX in play, it retreats for free. So, get an additional card for our opponent, mulliganing. So we're going to get a Grass Energy here. Looks like we're playing against Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX. I've been seeing this deck quite a bit recently. Popping up. I think everybody just loves the whole Team Rocket thing. I think this deck is okay. I don't think it's a bad deck by any means. I just don't think it's the best deck to play competitively right now. But I have played my fair share of games with it because I think it's fun and I love Team Rocket. So I feel it. Our opponent going to attach that Psychic Energy to the Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX. Now off to us here. We're going to get ourselves that Nest Ball. Going to get that Squawkabilly EX. And now we're going to Ultra Ball here, discarding the Iron Leaves and a Grass Energy here. Going to grab ourselves that Latias EX. Just like I said, going to get down that Latias. And then we're going to attach to the Squawkabilly EX. This looks just like the previous game. Squawk and Seize. Going to be able to get the Toedscool down. Get down the Ogerpon. Going to be able to Ultra Ball here. Going to be able to discard the Toedscruel EX and the Energy Switch. Going to grab ourselves, maybe thinking the Mew. Could also grab another Ogerpon. Could grab Mew. Just could kind of grab all kinds of different stuff. But we got the Ogerpon. Going to go for the research here. Air Zero Underdepths. Going to throw down the Ogerpon. Throw down the Budew. Bug catching set. Getting 2 Grass Energies here. We are going to be Teal Dancing, my friends. So Teal Dance for 1. Draw a card. Teal Dance for another 1. Attach. Draw a card. We're going to get another Grass Energy. Teal Dance. Attach. Draw a card. Super Rod, so we don't end up getting the things we want, but we're going to go into that Squawkabilly here. Motivate for 20 damage. Going to be able to put 2 of those Grass Energies from our discard pile onto our Pokemon. So we're going to put those 2 on the Toedscool, actually, because if we can get into Toedscruel EX, this Colony Rush is going to be looking pretty insane. So we're going to have the Super Rod first, because I think we discarded both of our Toedscruels, however, but we have 2 in hand, so not too big of a deal. Our opponent going to evolve their Torrentula into a Team Rocket's Spidops. Then we're going to Super Rod, putting the Iron Leaves and both of our Toedscruels back into the deck. And now I'm in a situation where I'm like, all right, Prime Catcher, pull up their Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX. And then I'm like, okay, I can Energy Switch. Going to put 1 to a different Ogerpon here. We're going to Professor's Research. We're going to try to find into, you know, some sort of crazy attacker here. We're going to go Bug Catching Set. We're going to grab both the Baby Toedscruel and that Grass Energy here. Bug Catching Set. Going to grab both of those Grass Energies here. We're going to be able to attach 1 for the Teal Dance. So Teal Dance, draw a card. Gonna have Nest Ball here. We're gonna go Teal Dance, attach, draw a card. One of my favorite things with this deck is just drawing a bunch of cards, but our opponent can see they don't have a whole lot going in their hand, and we've absolutely just flooded the board with all these energies at that point. I mean, my goodness, we have literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 energies in play, and then a 9th one in hand. So we had already flooded the board with 9 energies. We only had 3 left in the entire deck, which we could have gotten at least 1 more out in that turn. Like I said, I absolutely love this deck, being able to just flood the board with all those grass energies and just draw a bunch of cards, taking huge knockouts with our Toedscruel EX and that Colony Rush, or even using that Mirror the Leaf Shower. Like I said, I've had quite a bit of success with this. Chen has had an enormous amount of success with this, finishing in the top 16 at Portland Regionals, and then following that up with a top 8 finish at NAIC right after that. So, want to give a huge shout out to Chen for actually supporting the deck list for today's video, kind of in a way, so thank you. Let's get into the outro. All we're going to go for today's video. Make sure to put the list that I put in today's video in the description below, ready for copy paste into TCG Live. And of course, if you're enjoying the content I've been making sure for the channel, definitely leave a like, smash the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. We're getting real close to 1K subs, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. So I want to thank everybody for your support. Like I said, and if you've been enjoying the content, just do me a favor, scroll down and check and see if you've actually subscribed. If you aren't, you should be, because it would make me happy. So do that. But I also want to give a huge shout out to all of my awesome channel members you see here. My channel members can continue to support the channel even further by joining the Trainer Club here on the Mega Blitz YouTube channel. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your continued support. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!